Hi, good afternoon. Hope you guys are well. Let me know where you're logging in from and let me know if this is something that you struggle with. Goal setting is a big topic. I've just finished the goal setting bootcamp. It was the first one we did and it was mind-blowing. I do the do at the same time. I don't just teach people how to do things. I have multiple businesses, as many of you will know, and I am goal setting this time of year, ready for what I want for 2022. This year, we created the goal setting bootcamp, and it was fully booked out with over 200 of us on there, and it brought up some things that I realized that everybody kind of struggles with, which is definitely setting the right goal. Most people within the bootcamp have said that they didn't want to set goals because they set goals before, never achieved them. So therefore, like, what's the point? They feel like crap about themselves. They don't want to bother. So we peeled back and we got to work. Hi, Dan. We got to work together and we've really started to take a look at goal setting, but like way before that process too, which is actually the most important. That's what I want to talk to you a little bit about right now, because, hey, Fiona. So most people are living life on a bit like autopilot. You're just focusing on the urgent things that you feel like you need to do right now. And we don't take the time to focus on the non-urgent stuff. It's important to us, but it's not urgent. And we really need to spend like 80% of our time in that space, the stuff that's important to us but not urgent, and actually just spend 20% of the time on the stuff that's urgent, that's arising now, the chaos, the drama, the whatever. So we need to be a little bit more aware of switching it up. Hey, Shaq, I just taught you this, so you can go do what you need to do. You don't need to be here, don't worry. I've just been live inside my membership group, which is the Impact Academy, which, by the way, the founder member offers ends at the end of December, maybe a bit before because there's only 6 spaces left, but I don't want to, I'll tell you why I want to leave it open until the 31st in a second. So within our academy, now within the goal setting bootcamp, we worked our way through a booklet, but more importantly, we dug deep about who we are. Most people don't actually know who they are. They're just living in this autopilot response to urgency state that they don't know who they are and what's important to them. Finding this out about myself, going to work on myself, I know myself better today than I have ever known myself in my life. I've always worked on mindset. I've always worked on self-development, but I can honestly say, hand on my heart, I am in a place today, which is shocking, with going through grief of losing my sister. I just wouldn't have thought that I would, self-development wise, be able to get to this level. But I've really gone to town on myself. I've dug deep. I've worked with Graham Lazell, who is my counselor, therapist, whatever you want to call him. He's a psychotherapist and got loads and loads of qualifications, and you can rattle them all off, I'm sure. But he is incredible, and he's really helping me. He started talking to me about values, and I didn't really get what he meant. And most people throw out there, well, I'm loyal, as the first one, and like this is not it. I want to share with you, and this is really open and honest of me, to share with you my 5 values. See, there are loads of values. I have a document which I have inside the Impact Academy. They have access to it. It's got over 150 values on it, just to trigger you and like, okay, yeah, that's important to me. Yeah, that not so much. That's important to me. These are life's checklist, right? So if you are thinking about doing something, you're considering doing something, then this is like your life checklist, that you run it up against this. And if it matches, you do it. And if it doesn't, then you don't. This might also be the reason. I just had coffee today with my sister's beautiful friends. I love to be around them because they worship my sis, Kath and Claire, and they were beautiful to her. And we get together and we talk about Nick, and we talk about grief a little bit too, because we're all sat there crying. But we have lush conversations. And one of the things, since working out my values, these guys are my values right now. I mean, your values can change, and you can, whatever's important to you at that time is there for a reason. But these are my values. This is what, oh, it's because my logo's in the corner. Should I take it off so you can see? this is what is like important to me. We were talking about this. We were actually talking about somebody who we know who's super successful, achieved a massive level of success. And we were talking about looking up to people and having kind of like heroes, I guess, or like people that not necessarily worship, but you know, you really like idolize a little bit, like, wow, they are awesome. Sometimes it can be because of what they've achieved. Sometimes it can be a mix of what they've achieved and what they like as a person. Sometimes it can be just like what they like as a person, just love everything about them. That's sometimes why you find yourself like drawn to people. Maybe you follow them, maybe you engage in their videos, maybe you watch them, maybe you follow their trainings, maybe you just like to be around them. You join clubs or memberships because of them. Like, you want to be part of that energy, because that energy will remind you of like a value or something that I think that you will hold close to you that's important to you. So when we were talking about somebody who is, you know, when we're talking about success, there's many different reasons or understandings of success, or how you perceive success. I was talking about success as in achieving a level of income. We were talking about it. They've been very successful in a certain industry, and it's amazing. And I was sat talking, and I was saying, it's funny, you know, because I have always admired the achievement. The achievement is just amazing. Like, you're awesome. Like, what you've built is absolutely incredible. And you cannot be anything but like admiring of the fact that you've achieved that, and so happy. Like, I love to see people succeed. But the truth of the matter is what's important to you. So these are things that are important to me. These are my values that I live by, my checklist, my life, my value checklist. And if somebody that you're looking at out there, you're following, you're listening to, you're working with, whatever, somebody out there doesn't line up with your values, there's something in you that won't sit right. And it's sometimes when you go, I'm not too keen on that person. I just don't know why. They've not done anything to me. They've not done anything bad. They haven't demonstrated any like really bad actions or whatever, but I just don't know what it is. Just don't quite feel right. Sometimes you'll find it's because instinctively they don't fit in line with your values. And you might not even know what your values are. When you figure them out, you can probably work out why you feel that instinctively. When we were having this conversation, I said, like, I admire the achievement, the level of discipline and the level of success that they've got to as a result of all the hard work and everything that I you know, put as a successful person. But the values of that is why I don't admire it. You see, what's important to me, it really important to me, and it's one of my values, is if I am being successful with all of those being things that I will be, you know, I will be in order to be successful. So disciplined, hardworking, positive, all those things. But at the same time, ticking off my values. And if somebody doesn't do that, then I couldn't possibly look up to them. I couldn't possibly, I could admire the success, the achievement, the physical thing, but I could not be like, wow, I think you're amazing. Because maybe I've seen them talk about other people not nicely. Maybe I've seen them not be honest. Maybe I've seen them not be very kind to others, or they've demonstrated that those actions. Maybe they're not like calm people. And I really love to see people who are high achievers, they're successful, they're kind, they're honest, they're authentic. They're them all the time. They don't change. You know, when you see someone who's, I don't know, on an Instagram story, then you see them face to face. I don't mean physically, I mean like what they're like, who they are, how they are. And who they're being. So like when that doesn't change, I know that they're authentic. I'm like, I love you. You're just the same in the flesh at any point, whoever you're talking to, you know you're enough. And I love that about you. So that's important to me. Have your values set out, because when you know your values, when you know who you are, when you know who you have to become in order to achieve goals, then life is just that checklist of, does it sit right with you? If I'm about to do what I'm about to do, am I being authentic? This is my checklist I'm sharing with you. Am I being honest? Am I being kind? Am I calm? Like, does it excite me? But I have a stillness and calm inside. Not that I'm still and calm on the outside. That would suggest that I'm going nowhere in life. I am moving forward all the time, but I want an inner calm. So calm and flow. Flow is my word that I choose instead of balance. Most people say like, oh, I want balance in my life. I need more balance. Balance, which Graham shared with me, because I said I wanted balance, and he was like, do you want balance? Balance suggests just stationary. Hey, Gabriel. So if you ask for balance in your life, then think about what you're asking for. Balance suggests this, right? Even like the weighing scales evened out, that's kind of like a symbol for balance. So if you think of the balance is like this. If you have a good day, you go up, and if you have a bad day, you go down. And you're just like this, but you're not moving. So I talk about flow, having flow in my life. So let's say you want more of a balance in your relationships. Then don't think about it as balance, think about it as flow. So you guys are side by side and you're going through life and you're flowing, you're dodging like challenges, you're going through challenges and up over challenges and down, and your good times and bad times, and it's more about a flow in life. If you're thinking like, if you're a busy mum, you're running several businesses like I do, and you're looking for balance, you're constantly going to be disappointed, or you're constantly going to be up and down. And that, I don't know, tell me in the comments if I'm right or wrong. I don't want balance. I want flow. Yeah, I want it to feel natural and flowy. Another thing I want to talk about, goals. Lots of people say I can't get a vision. I just don't have a vision, and I don't know, I just can't see it. And I get that. So let me just give you a quick tip, because I don't give you everything right here. I'll give you some stuff you can go away to work with, but not absolutely everything. I do that in my team group, in my Impact Academy group. I give them everything of me, but I'll give you a little bit. So when I'm talking about goal setting, most people, if they've got a goal, they don't know how to break it down. Most people don't know how to break a goal down. Now, I would say, first of all, check off your goal against your values. It's really important. If the values don't tick on the goal, it's not the right goal. Don't set the goal. But if the values, you're like, okay, by doing this, can I be honest, kind, calm? Yeah, that thing. If they tick off your goals, then that's fine. Now, when you have a goal, most people struggle to break it down. They're like, well, I have this massive goal and I don't know how to achieve it. And it can be really simple to break down a goal, but I'm just going to give you a quick couple of tips. You've got to be realistic as to how you can achieve things. Now, you don't have to be realistic in the goal. The goals can seem absolutely ridiculous, but that's like the bigger vision, right? The big goals, I'm not telling you to dream smaller. I'm saying like, be realistic in the steps that you can take now. Ask yourself a question, write this question down. What is the next thing I can do to get closer towards my goal? So as soon as I set a goal, the first thing I ask myself is, what is the next thing that I can do that will take me closer to this goal? What is the next thing? Not, what activities do I have to do every day? What should I be consistent with? So boring, not going to excite you at all. What is the next thing that I have to do? When you ask your brain a question, you can probably hear the clock start to tick. As soon as you ask yourself a question, your mind, your brain, literally will try and figure out an answer. Take note, pay attention of what you're telling yourself, what you're answering your own question, because the answer will be in there. You already know the answers to your questions, okay? When you're talking about breaking down a goal, how are we going to do it? Somebody in my Impact Academy said they have a side business and they want to quit the job. I'm just going to share this with you. Chloe won't mind. So quit the job, she said, was the goal. Okay. And I just put it out there that, listen, this is kind of there are better ways that you can talk to yourself. There are better ways that you can motivate and excite yourself. Saying, I want to quit the job, for me, is quite a negative statement. It suggests quitting, giving up, leaving. Doesn't suggest excitement, enthusiasm, motivation. It doesn't evoke the feelings of achievement. It says quit. Whereas if you want to make your side business like your full-time income and that you're able to be an entrepreneur full-time, then maybe change that to, my job is to go full-time in entrepreneurship. Yeah. So full-time in entrepreneurship. Ask yourself a couple of questions. What date? What is the date that you want to do it? Give yourself an example. My birthday, I'll just say 5th November 2022. How would this be done? If you have to earn a certain amount of income in order to quit your job, then what is that income? And I'm just going to give an example of £2,000 per month. So you have to achieve £2,000 a month consistently for X amount of months before you can go full-time in entrepreneurship, not quit the job. Go full-time in entrepreneurship, you've got to earn 2,000 a month. Where's that 2,000 coming from? So let's say you could be a coach, you could sell courses, you could do private coaching, you could be somebody who sells a product. Let's say you sell 2 products, right? Let's say, just because I'm really thick at maths, let's say they're £200 each, which means you need to sell 10 of those per month, right? So let's say you had 2 products that were both £200 each, and you want to sell 5 of that one and 5 of that one. That's the goal. Then you go back from this now. What do I have to do to sell them? Then you go into, this is business strategy, right? But the goal is the 5. The goal is the 5 of each. That will get us to the 2,000. That will in turn help me quit the job. What I want you to ask yourself is, how will it make you feel? Some people struggle with this vision of what it looks like, because it might be that you struggle with like seeing things. That's like a really visual person. Maybe you're much more, we call them kinos or kinesthetic, like you're in touch with feelings and that's what matters with you and that's a driver. So maybe you can feel how it'll feel to hand in your notice, to walk out of there for the very last time. Every time you walk out of that job or work, whatever it is that you want to come away from in order to go forward into full-time entrepreneurship, pretend to yourself, this is the last day. How would I be walking? I bet you notice you'll walk a little taller, shoulders will be back, chin up a little bit, you'll feel a bit freer, you'll be able to breathe a little bit deeper. Like, really focus on how it feels, because your body knows no different to, if you're feeling something, they don't know if you've achieved it or not. They've got no idea. It's a feeling, right? And then the action steps you take every day will take you closer to that. I'm not going to give you any more on this goal setting thing. This is my thing. This is what we talk about in the Impact Academy. The link is in the box. But this is something to consider about breaking down your goals. If you've never done so before, if you struggle before, if you haven't set goals that you've achieved before, or that you don't set goals that you keep achieving, or you did them once and then since then you've been really lost, I hear you. I have done this myself. I totally get it. You're not like totally weird or really failing in any area other than you're completely normal, and most people feel this. And it takes some commitment to yourself to think, okay, I'm going to dig deep. I need to work out and figure out what, who I am, who I need to become, how I need to be more. Let's talk about one of your goals being to become successful in anything, right? So it could be a monetary goal. It could be whatever success means to you. I was just showing the Impact Academy how I break that down, because to me, we all live life. Remember I said we all live life in that matter of urgency, and we don't think about being, we think more about doing. What do I need to do? Right? I bet people have asked you that with setting goals previously. What do I need to do? What is it that I have to do? What do I do to achieve this goal? What is it that do I need to do for that £2,000 a month? Forget doing. Think about being. You've got your list of values. They're your life checklist. Check them off, check them off, check them off. Comment and let me know in the comments, yes, if this is resonating with you. Because when I heard this stuff, and I've pieced it all together into like how to goal set properly. But when I heard all this stuff, I was like, oh my God, that's me. Oh my God, I always do that. Oh my God, that's totally me. And then I pieced it together, because sometimes you listen to this bit of stuff and you listen to that bit of stuff and you listen to the other, and you're like, oh yeah, I still don't know where to start, and I've got no goals now. I have no idea what I find important, what I like. Yes, Michelle. Yes, Fiona. I know. Because girls, I've been there, and let me tell you, goal setting never felt harder after my sister died. Because like, how could I have a vision of the future without her being in it? It just didn't sit right. And everybody else in it is totally different now, because we've all been affected, and we are affected by grief. So I really had to dig deep to figure this stuff out. And that's why I'm happy to share some stuff. Let's talk about being. If you're being, who do you have to be? Who do you have to become in order to achieve the goals that you want to achieve, right? Who do you have to be? Please ask yourself this. I don't like the woo-woo stuff. It's too much for me. I don't like the fluff. This is not fluff. This is who you flipping are. This is like to your core important. This is not saying, what if this exists? What if I could manifest this? What if I could bring this into reality? What if I could sit and think about this and this would just happen? This is not anything like that. This is saying you are who you are, but who are you? And this is saying, do you want to achieve this stuff? Yes, then in order to achieve it, then who do you have to become? That's important stuff. It's not just me throwing a question at you and saying, oh, if time and money were no object, then what do you want to achieve? That's just woo-woo, fluffy stuff that doesn't get to the crux of like how you set a goal, how you break it down, how you flip and achieve it, who you are while you're doing it, what are you being in order to achieve it? And it's asking yourself some tough questions. What is something that you're not doing right now that if you were to do daily would have a significant impact on your life? What is it? Whatever it is, do it. What is something that you're not doing right now that if you start to do daily, it'll have a massive impact on your life? Write it down. Make that a goal. That's a goal. Talking about being successful, who do you have to become, or who do you have to be, or how do you have to be in order to be successful? This is just some of the brainstorming things that I do for who I want to become and how I want to be. So this is if you want to become successful. And I joked in the Impact Academy and I said, lots of you will probably start thinking, well, what's she on about? She's already successful. Because, you have these opinions for the people. Success to me is my business. What I think is successful, what my image is of success, what my vision is of success, how I would feel if I got to my version now of success, and it will always be evolving. I'm not saying it's an I'll be happy when. It's I'm happy being. And that's the difference. Not I'll be happy when, I'm happy being. Being successful, what kind of things do you demonstrate being successful? You're being honest. For me, this is personal. I'm being honest. I'm being positive. So that's really working on mindset. I'm being confident. I'm being confident. I'm being sociable. I'm good with people. And I'm really great at getting things from people, helping them out, finding solutions for them, working on business strategy, all of those stuff. If I'm sociable, if I'm talking to people, I really enjoy it. Sometimes it scares me, but I do enjoy it when I'm there. Hardworking and being disciplined. Discipline, no excuses of, what I need to be doing day in, day out. And this is like self-care as well. I'm not talking about I have to do this, this, and this in terms of business. I'm not talking about always taking action in business because that's being. That's doing, right? It's doing actions. I'm all about being. I'm being disciplined. Totally different to I'm doing. You can't say I'm doing disciplined. It doesn't make sense. I'm being disciplined. Maybe in the activities that I'm doing, they require a discipline as in I need to do them every day, but I'm being disciplined. That's completely different. Being kind. It's important to me. Like I just said about, talking about somebody who's achieved a level of success. I don't hold people up there if they don't fit in line with these things. If they're successful in terms of whatever definition of success and stuff is, but they're not honest, they're not, that hardworking, they're not that kind. Like then to me, like that's not somebody that I would be like, wow. This is somebody that I would be like, wow. Yeah. So all of those things in line, I've given you some food for thought. I've probably gone over because I've been like needing 25 minutes, but you get the gist. And I went a lot deeper into this stuff in the Impact Academy, and I've had an amazing day. I've just shared it with the team as well. So I hope that you guys drop me some comments. If you're watching on replay, pop in #replay so I know, so I can come and I can interact with you guys on here. And I love it when people share their goals with me, by the way. So if you want to share your goals, drop me a message. Let me know what it is you're going for. If I can give you any tips or advice on how to break that down, I absolutely will do. I'm on a train to London this afternoon. Me and my brother are starting like an annual honouring my sister thing, I guess. And we're going to Grosvenor Gardens to you donate to a charity and you get like a solar powered rose that you can donate to someone who's passed from cancer, and it goes to a cancer charity. So we're going to do that together tonight. So I might put that on my stories as well. If you don't follow me on Instagram, it'll be on Emma Cooper Online, or it'll be on my personal Facebook. I think they both link together. So I'm off to do that. Wish me luck. I can reply to some of you on the train, keep me company, because I don't like going anywhere on my own. So this is a big deal. I'm well out of my comfort zone. And I just realised, oh my God, I don't even know how to get a train ticket. How do I get them? Because I've already bought them. Any help and advice would be greatly appreciated. Where do I get my tickets from? Take care. Have a wonderful afternoon. Go make an impact today on your life, on somebody else's life, whatever. Just go make an impact. Take care.